What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is your boy Saiyan here, and we're going to be talking a little bit more in depth about this new Need for Speed Unreal project. Well, not necessarily new, but it definitely feels like it's new. Out of all the projects I ever played, which is Redux, even the remaster and so forth, this particular project seems to be flawless, giving us photorealism, glossy shading, and even graphical detail with the vehicles. We'll be talking more about that in depth. First, I wanted to be able to say a big shout out to Game Test, because Game Test was able to give us this particular mod, but you have to actually be a member in order for you to be able to obtain this particular mod. So let's get started into the video. So when it really comes down to it, I played a lot of Need for Speed Underground 2 projects, and I gotta say, this particular one, again, as I recently explained, is just top notch, man. Between the car detail, scenery, the animations, and it just gives that really, really good polished original feel, and it close for enough for it to be a remaster. I know there's a lot of particular mods out there that are unique in their own way, but this one has to by far be my favorite, and we're gonna go as far as viewing the other particular original options that you can actually be able to carry. As I stated before, Game Test has a lot of variations in terms of mods, and they're all for different Need for Speed games. They're not necessarily just Need for Speed games, but it's also for other games such as Amazing Spider-Man and so forth. A little bit more in depth, with the actual basis of Need for Speed Underground 2. I love Need for Speed just as a whole. I love every Need for Speed game evenly, but Need for Speed Underground 2 mods, Underground 1 and Most Wanted, have to be by far the best. But we're gonna get into the other areas of the video. I'm gonna cover up some bases on even the simplistic detail and so forth, and we'll probably most likely be able to discuss where you could be able to obtain the download, or at least my folder, a little bit towards the end of the video. One of the things I actually find really spot on when it comes to this particular mod, and one of the things that I actually really like is the fact that even the main menu screen is actually to die for in terms of eye appeal again, and just nostalgia. And basically, obviously I'm at the start of the game and so forth, because I haven't really played fully through it per se, but I've been having a lot of fun. And of course, it has some of the original cars, as you can see, and even the customization features. The customization features are still there. Of course, when you go through the game, the beauty of this particular mod is that it adds extra detail. I would go as far as saying, the vinyls, the new bumpers, new taillights, wide body kits, and so forth. On top of that, you actually get to play with some different cars, I presume. There's the Vauxhall, which the Vauxhall obviously is within the stock cars pack, so you get to play with this Corsa. I don't think I've ever really seen the vehicle there before, but they have that, and they also have, and I believe I've seen it here before. Besides the Vauxhall, there was another particular vehicle that I thought was pretty unique. I don't think it's really showing up. Yeah, the Peugeot 106. I started off the game on my other save to use this car and stuff like that, and so far it's a bundle of joy, so to speak. But it's actually really cool, and they actually have a lot of other newer vehicles in the game. But essentially, as somebody who mods and so forth, you could be able to possess most of those vehicles through, I guess the internet. I'm sure that they have add-ons and programs that you could be able to install most of those cars, and that just pretty much, adds a bit of flavor to these original concepts. I'm in love with the idea that I can actually be able to play this, and I don't even have to play any particular events. I could just pretty much go throughout the city, because even driving in this particular game, what they've done with the mod that makes it really, really intriguing is they made it to where they added that RTGI feel, and they also, put, you know, heavy pressure on the reflections, so to speak. I know some people, they don't want the game to seem too flashy. I know some people are just, not really intrigued, or at least it kind of bothers them, because I know some people have deprivation problems when it comes to their vision, and when they see certain things like that, it kind of like turns them off. But for me, this adds, a lot more detail onto the map, including the buildings, again, the scenery, the cars, the reflection of the cars, and so forth. This is like the true feel of what it means to play, a night-oriented game. Of course, there's a lot of other mod packs that allow you to change the time of day and whatnot to your liking, but this is just something that I feel is very, very unique in its own way, and the reason why it's one of my favorite mods, because you actually get to get a really good feel of playing the game in its true setting, at least to my preference, or at least to my opinion. And really, the other unique thing about this particular mod is it actually, allows you to, control, if you didn't like it like that, to control these particular reshade settings to your liking as well too. So for those who are reshade shamans, you'll be able to figure this out no problem, because most of the time when people are trying to be able to fix these problems, or at least they're new to reshade or new to modding, some of this just kind of looks like, how can I put it? It just looks like codes on the screen, minus the the words, so to speak. But it's easy to adapt to, even from somebody from a new perspective or a beginner's perspective. If you're experienced with reshade or so forth, and there's even other tutorials to showcase this ordeal as well too. But the more that you be able to understand this, or how to work reshade, the better it is for your experience. So aside from the beauty of the game, I want to say thank you guys so much for viewing the video. This was just a short overview of the game, just to kind of discuss a little bit more about, the obvious of the mod, that is. But if you guys are actually interested in the mod and can't really retrieve the mod through game test, you can actually hit me up on Discord, and we can talk about, other ways of being able to obtain something similar to this particular mod if you are interested. Before I actually let you guys go, there is another thing I need to discuss. When it comes to, this particular mod, one thing I realize is that, it only works for certain versions of Need for Speed Underground 2. A lot of mods will really indicate some in terms of Redux probably won't be able to need that problem, because some of the people who release those Redux editions of the games, they come all together per se, so you don't have to really worry about that problem, which is very, very intriguing, because most of the time you would have to do stuff separate. But in terms of this ordeal, you most likely have to have a copy of Need for Speed Underground 2, which I'm sure everybody does. It's really not hard to look for it. I can't really post any links on where to find said things, but Google is your best friend, and YouTube's your best friend as well too, for that form of information. So that's just pretty much it. Also, we're going to be doing more and more in terms of the Need for Speed series, because as a retro creator, you want to be able to caption all walks of life in terms of mods and even, you know, emulation stuff, because I run emulation most of the time. And even when I want to step outside of emulation, you know, aside from the retro achievements field, because that's mainly why I play it, I feel that I would like it more to be able to uncover beautiful projects like this. So again, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave a comment in that particular section. This is Saiyan signing off, and peace out.